LSB. Okay. Hi everyone, just a quick notice that this Zoom meeting will be recorded for documentation purposes and for those who are unable to attend. If anyone has any concern, please feel free to let me know in the chat box or just unmute yourself. Thank you. Okay, good morning everyone and welcome to today's exclusive webinar with London South Bank University. Thank you all for taking the time to join us this Saturday. We are very excited to connect with students and parents and future global graduates who are interested to pursuing higher education in London, one of the world's most dynamic and inspiring student cities. Today's session is proudly presented by Expert Education and Visa Services Indonesia in collaboration with London South Bank University. During this webinar, you will discover why LSBU is recognized for outstanding graduate outcomes, career-focused education, and strong global impact. And of course, we are honored to be joined here by our special speaker, Ms. Bao Ngoc Phuong, who will share valuable insight directly from the university. We encourage everyone to stay engaged throughout the session and feel free to prepare your questions because we will also have a Q&A session at the end of the presentation. Once again, thank you for being here today. We hope this webinar will give you useful insights and bring you one step closer to your dream of studying in London. Now, without further ado, let's begin the session. Please welcome Ms. Bao.
Right, thank you so much for the expert education team for arranging the session today. So my name is Bao. I am currently representing the London South Bank University in Southeast Asia. So back to the topic for today. The key focus of today's session is how I can deliver the our programs, our study environments, and make sure that everyone joining the session today will have a little bit more information about LSBU. Okay, so the today's session, here is the timeline, but I just want to start with a little bit of video so you can feel a little vibe of London. Okay.
Making the decision to come to LSBU has been the best investment so far. The best part is everything you need is so rich, right? The entertainment, the people, the education, the museums, every single thing you need to just be you, it's here. So I've loved that about London.
The university is located in central London, which is very close to many businesses and also organizations. This can provide valuable networking opportunities for international students.
I feel like the community is very diverse and inclusive, and studying at London South Bank University exposed me to people from different parts of the world.
I'm surrounded by a vibrant community that the staff and also students from different backgrounds. That environment fosters my learning, personal growth, and making my day brighter.
To be honest, I made the best decision to choose LSBU as an investment for my studies because I get to use industry standard softwares and equipments, which is providing me with industry standard skills and experiences.
We actually even have a spot here on campus for small businesses. They come onto campus and they let us work with them. So they'll provide live work and briefs and just real life experience for those students. So we're constantly working with them to gain that employability and experience needed for whatever industry you're wanting to go into.
You find everyone from different ages, different walks, different cultures here. I am from Karachi, Pakistan.
I'm from Lagos, Nigeria.
I'm from Mauritius.
I'm from India.
I'm from Montenegro.
I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria.
From Chattogram, Bangladesh.
I'm from Lahore, Pakistan.
I'm from Vietnam.
I'm from Bangladesh.
I'm from Imo State, Nigeria.
I'm from the United States. Welcome here to London. Welcome to LSBU.
Right, so it actually the vibe that I really want to share with you guys that come to LSPU, you will definitely feel the vibe that it's not just about the British student or a specific nationalities, but it's more like, diversification in terms of nationalities. So we have students from 130 countries around the world. So back a little bit in terms of the history, we have been founded quite a long time ago, like 130 years. But back then, we are polytechnic institution. LSBU officially gained the university status in 1992, so that's why we are still considered modern university. But in terms of the experience on teaching and operating the university, we have a really long history. And this kind of, establishment really affect our teaching approach because a polytechnic institution really focus on the employabilities and the practical needs during their time the students study with us. So that's why learning by doing is still our main focus and type of teaching approach. Together with that, being founded long time ago within the centers of London bring us so many benefits. For example, we have a really big campus in centers of the capital cities of England, where the student, I believe, they have a lot of opportunity to grow personally and professionally. So at London South Bank, I would say that we have a very big campus, but we have a medium size in terms of the numbers of students. So currently we have around almost 18,000 students, but only 3,000 of them are international students. So I'm not really sure if it is considered a benefit for you guys or not, but for my case, when I study in the UK, to be honest, I prefer somewhere that I don't need to speak my mother language. I would rather stay somewhere that I can really practice my English and more importantly, being exposed to international students. So this is how we talk about LSBU, where most of your classmates will be British people, I would say over 70%. For the rest of about 30%, they will be international students with very diversified in terms of the nationalities. So at London South Bank, talking about our location, we are at London Zone 1. So basically in London, we have 6 zones in which Zone 1 is the most central areas. So most of the time when students coming from Southeast Asia region, you guys will take a flight to Heathrow Airport, which it is the most popular study destination. And Heathrow Airport is just 40 minutes away from our campus. So talking about London, we have been, named best student city in the world for 6 years in a row. I think it's not just a title, but it's a real proof saying that London has so many characteristics that being very attractive to international students. Right. So this is the map of the our campus. So the red triangle here is our campus, based in very next to Elephant and Castle stations. The two tall icon here is our resident hall, I mean the university accommodation, which locates very close to our campus. So being central bring us a lot of benefits, like moving around is just very convenient for LSBU students. So on your left-hand side, you can see we are close to London Eye, Buckingham Palace, Piccadilly Circus or Oxford Circus. Those are very common sightseeing spot for everyone come to visit London. And it's just 10 or 15 minutes away from our campus. On the other side, on the right-hand side, you can see we have a borough market, we have financial districts. So these areas is very convenient for our students to looking for part-time or even full-time and placement during their time they study with us. So this is kind of the benefit that we really want to share with you guys, because when it comes to study abroad, it's not just about academic, it's not just about obtaining a qualification, but we also consider, the student life, the potential needs of getting a job after the student complete their study with us. So this is how we talk about the benefit of being central of London. Right, this is our Southwark campus. Actually, we have 3 campuses, but Southwark is the main campus where we teach almost every major. So we have rebuilt this campus in 2022 with an investment of £65 million on the facilities, on the student support, and more importantly, the employability services. Right. So in order to have a look on our campus, I would say, for example, if you really have a chance to visit London, please feel free to book our campus tour because we can assign our student ambassador or our staff can take you around the campus, show you how modern the facilities, the benefit that the student can enjoy. So this is happen on every Wednesday. That's in case that you are in London. Alternatively, we can also explore the campus virtually via our platform named Virtual Experience. So within that platform, the very unique function is that on the welcome page, you can select the major that you are interested in, let's say engineering, okay? And then click Let's Go. Then the platform will provide you like a customized campus tour that fit to engineering student, all right? So I really highly recommend you guys to visit the link and explore the campus by yourself, where you can not just explore the, the facilities, but also the surround areas and so many other student life experience. In terms of accommodation, we have 2 resident hall, which is only 2 minutes or maximum of 5 minutes walking to our campus. It is very convenient because most of the time when the international student want to study in London, they have to purchase a Oyster card, which costs around £1,000 per year. But if you choose to live within the university accommodation, you don't need to buy train or bus ticket to go to school every day. So you can save that £1,000, all right? And more importantly, our accommodation is guaranteed for international students, not just 1 year, but for the whole study duration they study with us. So this is something that I really want to highlight. Together with that, you always know that study in central of London is kind of, expensive. So we do know that fact. That's why we are offering a weekly rent starting from £215 per week. That is include all kind of bill like electricity, water, and the internet. So basically, the student enjoy study in central of London, but still pay a very affordable amount of accommodation fee. All right. Just a bit of comparison at the bottom of the slide here. You can see that when the students study in the UK, they are allowed to work part-time maximum of 20 hours per week. And if we multiply that hours with the minimum wage rate, which is 10 to 12 pounds per hour, that amount of earning from part-time job actually can cover for the rent fee at LSBU. So I think that it is one of the way that help students to cover for the living cost here in London. Right. So within our accommodation, every room are single bedroom. So you don't need to share the room with a very strange students. The only area that you need to share is share kitchen, share bathroom, and the entertaining areas. Other than that, everyone will have their own bedroom with a more privacy areas. If you compare living within the university accommodation and a private accommodation, I mean, it is always cheaper if you live within our facility rather than renting a house by yourselves. So I do hope that this kind of comparison will make you feel a little more comfortable to choose the university accommodations. In terms of student support, I think we have so many kinds of support toward our students that include academic support, the student well-being, and more importantly, the Career Smart promise. So Career Smart is the thing that contribute to our ranking in terms of graduation earning. So 3 years in a row from 2023, we have been in top 20 in the UK for, career earning outcome. And we outperform the rest of the London-based university within that ranking as well. So currently, LSBU graduates earn around, over £29,000 per year. And this has been, not just one-off, not just one time, but we win this ranking 3 times in three consecutive years. So this is something that I really want to highlight, because when it comes to the study abroad, the student, especially the parents, always think about, the return on investment. So if we look at the graduate earning outcome, this is something that we can kind of similar to the return on investment that you guys are looking forward to. So in order to maintain within that ranking, we have a lot of activities for our students that include the placement and internship that embed already into our curriculum. We also organize the workshop, the webinars that support our students to build up the CV or connecting them with our industry partner. And more importantly, we even provide a one-on-one coaching service that we connect the student with our LSBU expertise that can really help them during preparing the CV, taking the professional photo shooting for the CV pictures, also build up the cover letter, and even doing the mock interview with our student before connecting them officially with the industry partner. So all kind of services, it's not just open for domestic, but open for international students for free, okay? You don't need to pay extra fee in order to enjoy those kind of service. And you can enjoy those service during your study time, and even 2 years they graduate from LSBU, all right? One thing that make us kind of, outstanding and being unique compared with other university is that we actually track whether our students enjoy the employability service or not, because we know that sometimes for international students, you guys maybe you're not lazy, you just don't know that the university is offering that kind of service. So after the first semester, if we notice that the student did not join any employability service or activities, we will send reminder and push them to join, making sure that every single student are being supported by our career team. So this is the platform where we are operating our career hub. So in here, there's a lot of activities that we can do. For example, you can book the appointment with our career service. You can register for the event. You can apply directly for the job from here. And this platform also provide you guys a lot of the skill resource. For example, if you filter the computer science, let's say computer science, and then the platform will appear a lot of the skill that fit to the computer science major, and you can really enjoy that kind of training resource for free. All right, making sure that you utilize the service that we are offering with your student. Beside the LSBU staff, we also have a team called Student Ambassador. So Student Ambassador is the one that our current student usually supports us during open day, during orientation week, and even we even offer a 24/7 live chat service that is open for every student. For example, even if right now you are just wondering whether you should submit the application and you want to talk with some current student, you can really do that. Talk with our students, feel free to do it. Not just talking with the staff, but talking with the one that are currently studying with us to see any kind of question, any kinds of inquiries that you might have. Please feel free to raise it. Then our student ambassador can help you out. Okay. And for my student, I usually encourage you guys, once you become LSBU student, I even encourage you guys to apply to become a student ambassador. The main reason is because this team is very energetic, very vibrant community that have diversification in terms of the nationalities, and it actually a well-paid part-time job actually. So the minimum wage right now in London, or sorry, in the UK is £12, right? But one of my students got paid £16 per hour for being a student ambassador. So I believe that is kind of one of the very good part-time opportunities that you should apply. Most of the time, the application round will be in October, and it's happened only one time per year. So if you we really welcome a chance that you will become LSBU student, and also welcome you become a student ambassador as well. Right, similar to other English-speaking countries, so UK students study in the UK can work 20 hours per week during term time and 40 hours per week during break time. And apart from being a student ambassador, the student can really apply for so many others job opportunity like retail assistant, hospitality, call center, or customer service. Those kind of part-time job, I don't think it's a challenge for students. It's kind of very easy to find a part-time job within the UK, especially in London, okay? Right. In terms of major, we are offering a varieties of the option here that include the technologies and environment, the health and life science, the College of Society and Professions. Of course, for today, I cannot really, going through every single major because it's going to be very lengthy, but I will try to focus on few major that I usually receive the application from Southeast Asian students, okay? Before going more into details of the major, I just want to highlight that most of the programs in London South Bank, we are offering the placement and sandwich year. So that placement opportunities is kind of open for international students. You are free to register, but please be note that if you want to go for an extra year of the placement or internship, you need to register at the application stage. It means that when you submit the application, you need to choose the placement option already. This is because it is related to our visa regulation afterwards. So please make sure that you talk to the counselor from the expert education team, and making sure that you register for the placement at the very beginning. All right. So during the placement year, I would say that for the bachelor level, we will offer the sandwich year for free, okay? But for the master degree, when it comes to the placement, you need to pay a little bit extra fee of £1,000, because when it comes to the postgraduate level, there will be a mentor supporting you even during the placement year. So that's why the student need to pay £1,000 extra fee, okay? And this is optional. It means that if you are interested in spending one extra year in the UK for the placement, yes, you can do that. But if you don't want, that's totally fine. We will go back to the very standard study time of 3-year bachelor's or 1-year master degree. And every international student can enjoy 18 months graduate visa after they graduate from LSBU. Right. The very first school that I would like to introduce here is called Business School. So within the business school, we are offering accounting and finance, business, economics, project management, and marketing. So these types of, I think, is a common choice for, Asian student overall. And in here, please be note that we have 3 intakes, September, January, and May. So this really kind of flexible in terms of the intakes for international students. Among these business major, I would say that accounting and finance is the most common chosen by international students. Partly of the reason I think is because since 2023, we are in top 5 in London for accounting and finance. In the same group with LSE, UCL, they are all top ranked university in the UK. So since 2023, we have a very kind of dramatic growth in terms of the application for accounting and finance. Especially for those who interested in the Master of Accounting and Finance, because our curriculum is designed in a very practical way. So after completing the Master of Accounting and Finance, you will be exempted from 7 modules of ACCA or CIMA certificate. This is kind of certificate that is essential for every A&F students when they want to start their professional career. So when you complete our master degree, you only need to complete just a few others module, I believe 2 or 3 modules. Then you can officially get the certificate from ACCA and CIMA. So this is one of the way that very save you guys the monies and the time to get the certificate when you start applying for the job. All right. Moving on to the College of Technologies and Environment, we have 4 smaller colleges, but I would say that engineering and computer science is most chosen by Asian students. So within the engineering and design, this is one of the very first major that we start teaching at LSBU. So we have a long history of teaching engineering students, and we are also one of the very first UK institution that admit female engineering students to study with us in around 1920. Right? So when we rebuilt our campus, we have already spent a 6,000 meters square engineering laboratories just for engineering students, okay? And I believe that with all the investment in terms of the facilities, in terms of the teaching experience, in terms of the live project and brief on the course, we have been maintained on top in the UK for student satisfaction in engineering teaching. So within the engineering school, we are offering chemical engineering, civil engineering, electrical and electronic, and mechanical engineering, all right? So within this year, 2026, we are ranked 5th in the UK for mechanical engineering and 22nd for chemical engineering. So basically, we are on top for engineering teaching. Also, we also offering the computer-based program that is also for within the engineering school. So for computer-based programs, we got IT, we got computer science, we got the artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and data science. And as you can see, all of the master degree, we always offer the placement opportunity, because I think for practical courses like engineering or computer science, I believe the practical elements is very important. So we make sure that every engineering and computer-based student will allow to have 1 extra year for the placement after they complete their first year of master degree. All right. Last but not least, I just want to introduce our College of Health and Life Science, just in case you have interested in health and social care. So for health and life science, we have a long list of the program here. But I just want to highlight that for those programs like outdoor nursing, social work, physiotherapy, chiropractic, and yes, a lot more, we require UCAS applications, okay? UCAS application means that if you want to study in September, you need to apply quite early from January, okay? Because deadline for UCAS application is usually happen in January or even December previous year, okay? In terms of the program, we have a lot like outdoor nursing. We have outdoor nursing is the most common choice, because outdoor nursing, we have a guarantee placement for our student. So it means that student is not student don't need to look out for their job by themselves, but our university will allocate the student directly to the hospital. Okay. And during the time they study with us, they will have a chance to being exposed to hospital wards, to semen lab. So this kind of facilities are just designed basically for nursing students. The same logic will also be applied for physiotherapy, where we rank 46 in the UK. And we also design a 30 weeks clinical placement within the Bachelor's of Physiotherapy. Together with that, we have social work. Actually, we have pretty good rank for social work. We rank first in the UK. We also have biomedical science. All these kinds of major require a lot of the clinical placement. So we make sure that our student is not just study with a state-of-the-art facilities within the campus, but also being exposed to our industry partners at the very early stage. Right. At LSBU, there's few master degrees that can accept students without a non-relevant background. For example, psychology, international business, applied AI, computer science, and project management. All right. Together with that, we also open for top-up degrees. So top-up means that if you study 2 or 3 years in your home country, then you can be progressed to the final years of the bachelor degrees at LSBU. So if you are unsure whether you are eligible for the top-up degrees, I would suggest that you will reach out to the EEVS team in Indonesia, and they will have you guys to, submit the application, and we will review your transcript and academic profile to answer whether you are eligible or not. All right, entry requirements. So entry requirements, I think we are a modern university, so we are kind of flexible. So we can accept students from Indonesia directly to the bachelor year 1 after they complete the high school in Indonesia. Of course, with a minimum GPA of 7 in all subjects. And in order to get our international merit scholarship, you are required to provide a GPA from 7.5, which I think is not difficult to achieve, right? And similar logic will be applied for postgraduate degree. If you want to get direct into the master degree with us, you are required to provide a bachelor degree in Indonesia with a GPA from 55% or 2.6. All right, just in case that you are completing the international qualification like A-level, IB, US, or AP program, we can accept you guys directly as well. And I will not go into further detail because the slide, I believe, will be sent back to you guys after the session today. Fees and scholarship. So basically, we are offering the tuition fee from 16 to 20,000 pounds per year. But when it comes to when you apply the scholarship and the discount, the net fee will down back to 13 to 15,000 pounds. So currently, we have 3 types of the scholarship and 1 discount program. So I will explain a little bit further details in the next slide. So for International Merit Award, which is only for undergraduate students, its value 2,000 pounds per year, multiplied by 3 years. So it's going to be 6,000 pounds in total. So you are required to either complete an Indonesian high school program with at least 7.5 in all subjects. And this kind of International Merit Award is also can be combined with the early discount. Settlement discount of 1,000 pounds means that if you pay 1 year tuition fee in full, you can enjoy that discount. And if you study 3 years of the bachelor degree, you can get a maximum of 3,000 pounds of early discount. Okay. Moving on to the next scholarship, it is Global Success. So this the difference between Global Success and Merit is that global success can be applied only for the first year of the study, okay? And it purely depends on the major that you're applying for. So I have already put all the level, the values of the scholarship on the screen that fit to the age of the school. So you can base on that to expect the amount of the scholarship that you might get. But the logic here is that as long as you can get the offer letter from the university, you will be automatically get that global success scholarship. Okay. Every type of scholarship at LSBU, we don't require interview. We don't require personal statement. We purely based on your GPA and IELTS to give the outcome. So as long as you get the offer letter, you will get the scholarship. This year, we also have a new type of scholarship named Pathway Progression. So Pathway Progression means that if you complete the foundation program from one of these pathway provider on the list I put on the screen at the moment, you will also get the £5,000 of the scholarship for the first year of study. And of course, it can be combined with the £1,000 of the early discount. How to apply? So basically, I believe that the EEVS team will definitely, support you guys during the application process. But there are two ways to apply to us. The first one would be UCAS. It means that for health programs, you need to apply quite early in January. But for the rest of the program, you can apply via LSBU application portal that I put on the link here. Intakes, we have 3 intakes per year. September is the main one where every courses can be opened. And the deadline of the application is the 1st of August. So I think we still have a bit of time if you are still considering LSBU as a study option. But we also have a January and May intake, but there's a kind of limitation in terms of the major because we are only offering business or computing, and most of them are postgraduate degrees. So making sure that you choose the right intake with a right timings when submitting the applications. Key dates. So 1st of August is the last day for application. 17th of August will be the deposit deadline. And we also have a 9th of September will be the CAS deadline as well. In terms of the application process, I just want to highlight a bit that all the documents you should share with your counselor at the EEVS team. But when it comes to accepting the offer, there is another stage that you also need to prepare that is called pre-CAS process. So we have a list of the pre-CAS document that you need to upload to our portal. So that is include passport, qualification, unconditional offer letter, bank statement, and health certificate as well. So everything that I have listed down here, so you can just follow the checklist, and then we can get the CAS from the our university. So yeah, I have talked a lot, but basically I just want to summarize that LSBU will be a study option within the centros of London. We are very proud that we are in top 20 in the UK for starting salaries. And also we have a really big campus in the centros of London with a lot of with also the university accommodation starting from £200 per week. So I do hope that these kinds of characteristics, if it is fit to your expectation of choosing a university, please feel free to submit the application, or if you have any question, please feel free to raise your voice within the session today. I'm very happy to support. Right. So I think we can move on to the Q&A session.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Bao, for your presentation. It was so informative for us. Now we know about LSBU further, about the study opportunities in London, the scholarship available for international students, and also career prospect and graduate salaries after they graduate. and also student life and support services at LSBU. And also we know about the application and admission guidance process from you. So if you would like to assistance within applying for LSBU, you can also directly contact one of the expert education's counselor to guide you further. This is because we have a registered master agent also in London who will help you and support you throughout the process for the postgraduate visa. And also the matters such as your graduate visa and post-study work arrangements. Okay, now we arrive at the Q&A session. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat box or you can unmute yourself, please.
Oh, hi, Brenda. I saw your question.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
for us, I believe that last year Australia put a age limit, so it's quite raised a concern. But for us in the UK right now, we don't have any age limit, okay? But when it comes to the visa application, one of my advice that you should make sure that the gap, for example, you apply for the master degree and you can explain, for example, you complete bachelor high school and bachelor locally, and then you have, like, for example, work experience. So you need to explain the whole study journey before you come to LSBU. So that will be easier for you to prepare for the visa application and at the same time getting the offer letter from our university. So to answer your question, we don't have any age limit, but I would highly suggest that you have a strong personal statement or CV preparation. All right.
Okay. Is there anyone else want to ask? Okay, from Hafiz Bintang. Hello, Miss Bao. I am very interested in applying to LSBU, especially for art and social sciences pathway. Since we haven't covered this field yet, I would be grateful if you could guide me on where to find the most comprehensive information regarding these courses, or perhaps a contact person I could inquire with. Many thanks.
Okay, very interesting question. So I just want to share my let's say our website, because I just want to navigate you guys a little bit on how you can find a specific course as LSBU. Okay, just let me share my screen one more time. Okay, so this is our website, right? In case you want to look for a social science, right? Let's move the mouse to the study tab and then have a click on the course finder. All right. You say social science, right? For social science right now, we have a bit more of like social work. A lot of the courses can be will be appear after you type out some keyword. And I just want to, let's say social work, for example. If you want to explore further on these courses, I just want to show you how most of the time my student can find a detailed information. So basically, the website will show you the overview of the programs. You can also looking into the course content. For example, what will you study in year 1, year 2, year 3, the name of the subject, what is the progressions, kind of thing, a very brief information about the courses that you are studying. Together with that, we also have a teaching and assessment, like it will show you how our academic staff will evaluate your progression from year 1 to year 2, how many times a placement that I can take during the study with LSBU. And in here, you can also find the information for the career, for the entry requirements. Yes. And one thing that I want to show you guys is chat with our student, all right? So this is where you can really talk with the student who are currently studying, for example, social science. So in here, I can choose the nationalities of the student that I want to talk with. Student life, let's say, yeah. For example, I can really choose just give a few seconds, please. Right. So chat with our student is one of the functions that we create for LSBU website. In here, you can choose the nationalities for the student. For example, if you want to choose like a specific, of course, we are trying to diversify, but as an Asian, I usually suggest my students to talk with the Vietnamese students. And then you can choose the levels of the study. You can choose the areas of the study. For example, like accounting and finance, psychology, radiography. Yes. So all of these function is created on the website, making sure that you can talk with our current student. All right. Right. I have a question from Ling Wu. I'm so sorry if I'm
Brenda.
pronounce.
Oh,
Yes.
Linguo.
Yes, Lingua. Okay.
Okay, I'm a dental graduate who has just completed my clinical training, co-assistantship. What further program would you recommend in LSBU? First, if I later want to pursue a specialization in conservative dentistry in the UK.
Right. Thank you so much, Linguo, for your question. I'm very happy that you show the interest for our programs. But one thing that I have to be being straightforward to you that for some health courses, not all of them are open for international students. And then this is one of these. The main reason that we don't offer dentists for international students is because we have a very limited slot that that also that we cannot host a really big numbers of students coming to us for the dentist program. So that is why it's only open for domestic student. And together with that, for some health programs, it require a lot more entry requirements, which is kind of prohibiting international students applying to us. So unfortunately, we cannot really provide you a further information on this program this time. Brenda, again, do you have any suggestion if I want to study primary teachers in the UK? Do you think it's still eligible? All right. First thing first, Brenda ơi, we don't offer primary teachers programs within LSBU, but since I am also UK alumni, so I can share on my own experience. So if you want to become a teachers in the UK, most of the time they will ask you to provide GCSE score and A-level score, which is kind of mandatory for students interested in teaching programs. So this is one of the key entry requirement, which I think is kind of barrier for international students. Together with that, for the teaching experience, it is a must as well. But together with that, you also need to clear the police checks, the vet check, with a lot of more requirement because primary teacher is being exposed to a kind of small lower age of students. So yeah, for teaching primary I would say that it is not an option for LSBU, but I believe there will be still more another university within the UK that can offer teaching programs. Okay, we have another question from Hafid.
I have one quick question regarding the 100 million scholarship and the sandwich here. Since we must register for the placement from the application stage, I was wondering if you could possibly advise how the scholarship works during that placement year.
Okay, right. Thank you. Thank you, Hafiz, for the question. Interesting. Firstly, during the placement year of the bachelor program, the student don't need to pay any fee. Okay. So the scholarship will be applied for the 3 years they study with us. That is the merit scholarship. The second one is postgraduate study, like master degree placement, right? So during that placement year, actually the scholarship will be applied for the full fee. For example, if you study, sorry?
Okay, just
Right.
continue, Bao.
Sorry. So for the 1 year tuition fee, we have already calculated the £1,000 placement year when we issuing the offer letter for you. So the scholarship will be applied for the full tuition fee plus the placement year already. So you don't need to worry that when it comes to the placement year, you need to pay extra fee, or you worry that whether the scholarship is applied again. So basically, if it is £20,000 of the tuition fee, including the placement year, you can deduct the scholarship amount on that total fee already. Is that understand? Is it easy to understand? Thank you. Right. Any more question from your side?
Any more question, guys? We can wait for 1 minute. If there's no question, we can continue to another session. Okay. Thank you, Bao, especially for you for the presentation and introduction about LSBU to our students here. Generally, guys, expert education will assist you with the entire study abroad process from the beginning until your departure to the UK. Our team in London will also support you with the matters such as for your graduate visa and other postgraduate arrangement. This is because we have like a registered master agents for migration in London who will help you and support you throughout the process. So no worries about the process for even for permanent residency in UK afterwards if you are interested in. Okay, there is no questions here. So before we end the session, we will take a group photo on Zoom. Please, students here, could you please turn on your cameras and we will take a group photo in the Zoom. Okay, Zenita, please lead us for the group photo session here.
Yeah, I will take a picture. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I think the session with LSBU it's over now, but for you guys, you can stay here because as a part of our one-stop solution services, I will now hand it over to Ms. Esa to explain more about IELTS preparation program that we offer. Okay, Ms. Esa or Mr. Ega, could you please?
Hello,
Okay.
good morning, everyone. I am Esa as IELTS consultant in Expert Education Indonesia. So I would like to present about our IELTS preparation program. Since you will have the requirement for study abroad. So here is the details for the program we have. We have 3 options for IELTS academic preparation, right? For IELTS academic, the lowest hours and also a lowest price. We have 30 hours for 15 session. So for in this group, you will have like starting from 5 to unlimited number of group, but usually we only have 8 people in the classroom. So this class would be running online via Zoom or Google Meet. The schedule is fixed from our team, so you cannot request by your own because we already set up for the schedule. It will run like 3 times in a week. So if you're interested to have this course, you will get a discount about 500,000. Please reach me out or you can text in the chat box. You will learn about all skills starting from listening, writing, reading, and speaking. So for another option, you will have 50 hours of course. It takes about 25 sessions. It's limited students starting from 6 to 8. It's also live interactive. You will have a teacher who conduct the class. The class will be held 3 times as well. It's about 2 months something, yeah, around 2 months and half if you are taking this course. So if you are interested, you'll also have discount about 500,000. It's also bundling with study abroad preparation. As Ms. Maureen said, that we are a one-stop solution. It's included with study abroad preparation like student visa, accommodation, and also IELTS cashback. Then if you are taking the course, it's already included with all the benefit. And once you will have the granted visa, you will get IELTS cashback up to 3 and 5 million rupiah. So another option, if you are more comfortable to have like one-on-one session, you can have private classes for 50 hours. If you are focusing to improving score, yeah, the price is about 12 million. The discount is 500,000 as well. So the schedule that would be very flexible as you requested. It's also bundling with IELTS study abroad preparation and also IELTS cashback up to 3.5 million rupiah. So most of our students are happy to see our classes because they can get the score as they plan. You can see our Google review on Google. You can search Expert Education Indonesia. Most of them put the comments in positive way. All right. Do you have a question maybe about IELTS academic preparation in Expert Education? Please drop the question.
Please feel free, guys, to drop any questions in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself.
Okay. All right. If there is no question, you can use the invitation of IELTS prediction test online. For those who coming to this info session today. So I will set up for the date and time. Please reach me out or you can text our team.
Okay, thank you so much,
All right.
for the presentation. Thank you everyone for joining today's webinar with London South Bank University. We truly appreciate your time, your enthusiasm, and your participation throughout this session. We hope today's presentation has given you valuable insight into your studying in London, the opportunities available at LSBU, and how international education can help shape your future career. A special thank you for Ms. Bao for sharing such informative and inspiring insight with us today. For those who are interested in applying or would like to continue your consultation process, please feel free to contact Expert Education team after this webinar. We will be more than happy to assist you with the admissions, scholarships, and the visa guidance. We hope to see many of you continuing your academic journey at London South Bank University in the near future. Stay safe, stay motivated, and keep pursuing your dreams. Thank you once again, and have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.